right, welcome to another special episode of the Anime Match Good podcast. As always, I am your humble host, Jack. With me is a very special guest.
Hi, I'm Samantha.
All right, Samantha. Samantha is our special guest, and today we're going to be talking about the 2012 computer animated classic, The Lorax.
Yippee!
The Lorax was directed by Chris Renaud. It stars Zac Efron, Betty White, Ed Helms, Danny DeVito as the Lorax, Taylor Swift, and Rob Riggle as the main villain of the movie. And so this movie was produced by Illumination Entertainment Group. They are responsible for the Despicable Me and the Minions movies. They also produced the two Sing movies, the two Secret Life of Pets movies, and most recently, the Super Mario Brothers movie. And before we really get into it, let's just, on the top of everything, let's just give our initial thoughts about the movie. I'll let Samantha start with her initial thoughts.
Yippee! I love the movie. I love the Lorax. I love the Onceler. I hate Ted. I hate Audrey. I love the mom. I love the grandma. 10 out of 10 movie. Just skip the parts where they're when Audrey and Ted are there. It would be an amazing movie.
Okay. So I was pretty lukewarm on this movie. This movie really didn't really grab me in any way. It didn't really capture my imagination. I thought it was colorful. The animation was pretty nice. I just didn't really like the writing or the characters all that much. It wasn't that enjoyable of an experience for me.
Pretty real. Mm-hmm.
If I were to give it a rating, I'd probably give it maybe a 5 out of 10. Because to be honest, the production, the animation was pretty all right. No complaints there. There was some fun visuals, but at the end of the day, I didn't really connect with any of the characters. And that's my biggest gripe with the movie. So anyway, let's sort of explain the basic plot of the Lorax. So the Lorax from 2012 revolves around a character named Ted. Ted is in love with his neighbor Audrey, and he learns that Audrey has an affinity for truffle trees. And so after having a conversation with his grandmother, Ted decides to go seek out the Onceler, the man who knows the secret of why there's no more truffle trees. Because in the world that this movie exists in, all of the environment and all of nature has basically been wiped out. And so the characters live in this synthetic city with no fresh air. And because they live with no fresh air, the only way that they can get fresh air is through this corporation where the CEO of this corporation, this evil little businessman named O'Hare, basically takes control of the whole town. And he's basically the main villain of the movie. And so Ted meets up with the Onceler, and the Onceler ends up, and mostly through flashback, the Onceler tells Ted the story of how the world basically ran out of truffle trees, which is all the doing of the Onceler. And so it's up to Ted and his friends to plant the seed that the Onceler gave him so more trees can start sprouting up. So that's basically the plot of the Lorax. So now that we said our initial thoughts, let's get into the characters. Let's start with the character Ted.
Ew.
So you said that you didn't like the character. Neither did I. I found Ted to be a very boring, very bland kind of character. And that's one of the reasons why I didn't connect with his character at all, because I found him to be so bland. He had no personality. His only motivation throughout the story was just to get this girl to like him. And his character was just so frustrating to me. Any thoughts on him, the character Ted?
I hate him. I don't know. There's just something about him. His Twinkie voice.
Oh my God.
He's shorter than Audrey. What?
Okay. Well, I think in the movie they explain that Audrey is supposed to be a few years older than him.
Jesus.
What?
Why am I around the same age as Ted?
Well, because he's supposed to be a middle schooler.
He's 12 years old.
Yeah, he's supposed to be a middle schooler, and Audrey is supposed to be a high schooler. How old is Audrey? I don't know. I think she's supposed to be 16 or something. So yeah, so Ted, he's very bland. So is Audrey. Audrey, I really didn't feel that there was much to her character. All that she really is Audrey's pretty. Audrey loves trees.
She's Taylor Swift.
And she's played by Taylor Swift. That's all that's the only things that I can say about that character.
Downside about her, she's a ginger.
Oh my God.
Oh, and also she's 15. That's kind of weird. 12 and a 15-year-old. That's
kind of sus, my dude.
It's kind of weird. It's kind of weird, man.
Exactly. And but also fun fact about Ted and Audrey. Do you know that Ted and Audrey are named after Dr. Seuss and his late wife?
Yeah.
Obviously, Audrey.
Wait, she died?
No, Dr. Seuss died.
Oh.
So Dr. Seuss, his actual name was Theodore Geisel. And yeah, so Theodore Ted. And Audrey, obviously she's named after Audrey Geisel, which was Dr. Seuss's second wife. And also Audrey Geisel is the person who's responsible for Dr. Seuss's estate. So any time that a film studio wants to make a movie about Dr. Seuss's work, they have to get her permission to make it. And so I found it very interesting that they named the two young leads after Dr. Seuss and his wife. And
too bad they made them horrible characters.
Yeah, that's the thing, because it's also kind of insulting that their characters are so bland.
It's Meadville.
All right, and so also one thing that does kind of frustrate me about Ted is that his family and a lot of the supporting characters around him are much more interesting. Like, for example, his grandmother is much more interesting to watch than him.
Granny Norma, best. And why do I say it like a white person? Jesus Christ.
And Granny Norma, she's voiced by Betty White, the late, great Betty White. Rest in peace.
I love Betty White.
She's really good. Betty White is surprisingly very good at voice acting.
Probably one of the best voice actors on that whole thing.
Exactly. She was definitely one of the better ones. But that's also because Betty White has been like working since like the 1950s. So she's probably
Wasn't she like an actor too?
She is an actor.
Yeah.
Well, she was an actor. And so and I think out of all of the cast, she probably has more acting experience years wise than even like, say, Danny DeVito, who played the Lorax. Because I think Danny DeVito, he started in the 70s, and I think Betty White started like in the 40s or in the 50s.
I've never genuinely seen what Danny DeVito looks like.
Have you ever seen the show It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia?
No.
Well, watch that show, and the old guy on that show, that's Danny DeVito. So if you ever get around to watching that show, you'll know how Danny DeVito looks like. Yeah, and so...
Wait, does he wear glasses?
Yes, he wears glasses.
I think I know
bald.
what he looks like. Yeah, I think I know who it is.
And so what was I going to say? So Granny Norma, she's really great. She's very funny. Betty White, through her performance, really gives her a very interesting, likable character. Also, Ted's mom. I also found Ted's mom to be pretty enjoyable. But that's mostly because I like the voice actress who voices her. She's voiced by comedian Jenny Slate. Was she in
Seinfeld?
No. Jenny Slate was on Saturday Night Live.
Oh, never mind. I'm talking about something else we were talking about the other day. Never mind.
Yeah, no, but she's great. I really like her. She does a lot of voice acting, and she's very good. And also the Lorax, Danny DeVito, he's very good in the movie too.
Demi Lovato.
Oh my God. But I did feel that Danny DeVito, his casting was very appropriate for that character because he has that nice, gruff, gravelly voice that you would want out of a character like the Lorax. But let's focus on the other characters, mainly the Onceler.
What we're trying to say, everyone was better
than Ted and Audrey. Yeah. So let's
better voice actors and everything. Like, what's the point?
So let's talk about the Onceler, which is like the most divisive thing about this movie. So I'll let you get started because you're more of a fan of him than me.
I love the Onceler. Live, laugh, love the Onceler. The Onceler is best. Underwritten, but best.
Character in the movie.
Kind of gay storyline.
Mm-hmm.
That's why everyone on the internet thinks he's a Twinkie. In Minecraft, though.
Yeah, because the Onceler is the one character of this movie that's lived on past like the release of this movie. He's the one who gets memed the most.
Exactly, because no one else is memorable. Maybe the only other person I've seen get memed was Granny Norma. That's it.
Yeah, she's great. Yeah, because honestly, like I get the hype behind the Onceler in terms of like his character is that because like the way that they designed him, they made him look like an alternative hipster indie boy, which was very popular at the time. And and so like a lot of people gravitated towards him because he's like a hot little Twinkie boy.
I saw a movie review. It was like Wait. Hold on. What did it say? I kind of forgot already. My bad.
But the internet loves the Onceler. Even back then, back when the movie was released, like those first couple of years, people were really into the Onceler, like, you know, creating fan fiction about him, shipping him with himself.
What were they gonna do? Ship him with Ted?
Yeah, because there really wasn't like any like characters that they could realistically ship him with. Maybe Ted's mom, or Granny Norma. But there's really like no characters for him to like be shipped with. But that really wasn't the point of the story for like this movie. One thing that I didn't like about the Lorax, one thing that I didn't like about the Onceler is like I didn't like the fact that they made him into a real person. Because in the original story and in that TV special from the 70s,
I finally remembered the movie review.
Go ahead.
Oh, so basically they said in the movie review, they were like, this was their way of testing to see how we would react to a skinny, lanky white boy or something like that.
Yeah, but that's sort of the thing that's my big problem with the Onceler and how he's used in this movie. I really felt that by making him into an actual character, you sort of lose the message of the original book and the original TV special from the 70s. Because the Onceler, he's supposed to represent a faceless corporation.
Greed.
He's supposed to represent greed and how corporations exploit the environment for profit. And by making him a character, you kind of take away that you take away the allegory. And you just make him into a character. But, you know, at the same time, if maybe they written his character a little bit differently, it could have been a bit different. Because I feel like a lot of the things that get lost with his character is that the Onceler doesn't have the motivations of the original book anymore. Because in this story, the reason why the Onceler becomes greedy and decides to exploit the land is because he's peer pressured by his family, specifically his mom, to destroy the land in order for them to make the Thanid, which is the product that he sells. And I feel like that just kind of loses like a little bit of the punch to his character. Like
One thing. I didn't like the scene where they were like, where basically where he became like the evil Onceler.
Oh yeah.
Is right before that.
Yeah.
His mom was like, honey, we're not making needs fast enough. We're going to have to start chopping them down. Because before that, they were just like getting little tufts of the...
Yeah, they were harvesting
the tufts.
Yeah.
And that's one thing I didn't like. I don't like her.
Yeah.
She's a white woman.
Yeah, sorry. His mom gives very much Karen vibes. And I really didn't like that character either. But also at the same time, that's the feeling that you're supposed to get from the Onceler. You're not supposed to like the Onceler, nor are you supposed to like relate to him in any way.
I relate to the Onceler.
Well, yeah, you relate to this Onceler, but
I love the Onceler. But
the Onceler in the original story was not meant to be liked in that way.
Those were actually my hands.
Like, oh my god. Yeah.
I am the Onceler.
Because what she's saying is that in the original story and in the original TV special from the 70s, the Onceler is not a character with a face. The only way that he's represented is he's represented by a hand, a green colored hand. And in this movie, they revealed that the green hands are just gloves. Which I thought was kind of clever. I actually like that little bit when he's doing his song. That I like the fact that his evil Onceler transformation, he's all green and he wears like a green top hat, and I thought that was kind of fun.
Yeah.
But it wasn't enough for him to be redeemed in my eyes.
Have you seen the like face reveal, I guess, of like the original Onceler?
I did see some concept art.
Yeah, like some concept art. It was basically like the Onceler in the 2012 movie, but like drawn in like the Dr. Seuss type thing. He looks more like a twink.
I did see one version where he looked kind of like a combination of he kind of looked like an early version of Illumination's The Grinch, just like wearing like the classic like Onceler outfit.
Yeah, that's gross.
Yeah, I know, because I saw some concept art where like it seemed that at first they were gonna make him look more like a Dr. Seuss type character, but by the end of it they make him look like into like this cool hipster guy, And, because he has like the vest, he has the hat, he has the skinny jeans, he's got the guitar.
He's got the build.
Exactly. So they made him look like this cool, affable hipster guy, which was very popular at the time because this movie came out in 2012. And so it seemed that like the goal of Illumination was just try to appeal to as much people as possible. So they just did all these things in the movie just to like appeal to like a wide audience, but without them having like, saying anything like thoughtful or thought provoking or anything like that. They just wanted to please a big crowd of people.
AKA teenage girls. Sorry.
Yeah, well, I guess they're one demographic that they were trying to please. But there was like a lot of things about this movie that felt very like corporate and very like soulless. Because one thing that I forgot to mention, that this movie is a musical. This movie has several music numbers. Very few of the actual main characters have like their own songs. Most of the songs are sung by background characters, except for the Once-ler song, How Bad Can I Be? And there's like, and I really didn't like a lot of the songs because I felt that like a lot of the songs sounded way too generic and way too soulless. And they were just put in the movie just so that they can like explain like just like simple things about the world. They explain that, everything in the world is synthetic. Let it grow, yeah. And then they have the song at the end, Let It Grow, which is supposed to be like, oh, this is us changing our ways. And then, of course, the banger, How Bad Can I Be? It sort of explains.
You know how you mentioned royalty, like before this?
Mm-hmm.
Imagine how much the Once-ler's voice actor is getting paid right now.
Oh, yeah.
That man is swimming in money.
Yeah. So what she's explaining is that, in the real world, when a movie studio releases an album, and the album is being, played on Spotify, Apple Music, what have you, every month or so, the singers and the musicians in the song, they have to be paid royalties every month when their song is being released out into the public. So Ed Helms, the actor who portrays the Once-ler, is probably getting a lot of cash right now.
But since we're on the topic of songs, I don't think you've listened to them, even though I told you to.
The Biggering.
Yeah, The Biggering.
I've listened to The Biggering.
Yeah. So there's two songs I want to talk about though.
Okay, talk about them.
The original demo for Thneedville.
Yeah.
And Biggering. Everyone says that the soundtrack that made the cut is like good, but it's like mid compared to
it lacks personality. That's my problem.
Like compared to like the original soundtrack, it's mid.
Okay.
But honestly, I don't agree. I like Biggering and but like honestly, How Bad Can It Be is like a little more catchy. Well, okay. But I like the message they were putting out with Biggering though. Like it was very
that's the
emotional
debate.
Type song,
Yeah, that's the debate. If any of you listeners want to take a break and go listen to the Biggering, I'd recommend doing that because Biggering So there's different. So what I'm trying to say. So there was an alternative music track for the Once-ler song. So the Once-ler in the movie that we see now, the one that's released out in Netflix and stuff, he sings a song called "How Bad Can I Be?" And like my co-host here says, that song is very catchy, and it's made to be catchy. It's made to be an earworm. It's made for you to sing along because it has a very simple rhyming scheme and a very catchy tune. So it's like, how bad can I be? I'm just building the economy. How bad can I be? So, it's supposed to meant to be stuck in your head and you're meant to sing along to the song. But there was an alternative an alternative song for the Once-ler called The Biggering, which is less like rock pop. It was more like a rock. It was more like a rock opera type song, because when I hear The Biggering, I think about, albums like, My Chemical Romance, The Black Parade, or Green Day's American Idiot, like those types of music styles. So The Biggering is a song that sounds more grander and has more emotion in it, and it's even more darker. And I was listening to it the other day, and I noticed that there's some lyrics from The Biggering that got put into
that
the
made
new
the
song.
cut
Yeah, they made
to-
the song. Yeah, they made the cut to the new Once-ler
Bad Can I
song
Be?
because like both of them have like similar lyrics where like they're like saying there's a principle in nature, but then they
That
change
almost-
it to in the Once-ler song they change it to a principle in business, and they talk about survival of the fittest.
No,
and all
they
this
also say it that they say it at the beginning of the song.
Mm-hmm.
There's a principle in nature.
Mm-hmm.
And also like called survival of the fittest. That was also in the song.
Yeah.
The part where he was swinging on the thing, like where he was saying,
Mm-hmm.
I'm biggering my company, I'm biggering my factory, I'm
Yeah.
biggering my corporate sign. That was also in the original song.
And which they also mention in the new song too.
Yeah.
So you can definitely see that there was an evolution between those two songs.
Yeah.
But I think like the reason why they changed it is because the biggering really makes the Once-ler seem more
Like-
evil,
Yeah.
more greedy, and it makes you not like him as much.
And guys, we don't want that now, do we?
Exactly, but that's also my problem with this movie is that it's too afraid to have a stance on anything. It's too afraid to actually, show the realities of like how corporations are harming the environment, and they're too afraid to actually say something about it.
Yeah.
And that's my problem with like the whole movie. And
Well-
yeah.
But one thing I liked in the biggering
Mhm.
song
Yeah.
is that what the Lorax said in it.
Yeah. Oh, and that's also one thing that
Yeah,
That
I
feels
have
weird.
like, the whole thing written down right there.
yeah. Because that's one thing that I felt that the biggering did better than the song that's in the movie is that it actually gave the Lorax some dialogue in that song, because I feel that by the time the movie gets into How Bad Can I Be, the Lorax just seems like a useless character.
The Lorax is just there to Lorax.
Exactly. And he doesn't feel like he's part of the story or that he's important to the story. At least with the biggering, we get to see his point of view.
He's there to look cute.
Kind of, yeah. And yeah, anything else that you want to say about the biggering versus How Bad Can I Be?
I like how the Lorax explained like how like he explained greed to like in the song, like,
Mhm.
you know?
Any specific like lyric or line?
Hold on, let me look through real quick.
Mm-hmm.
Greed is like a little pet,
Mm-hmm.
and the more and more you don't feed it, the more hungry it gets.
Yeah.
But you can't really blame greed. Nah, that's stupid.
Mm-hmm.
You see, it's got a worm inside. Oh yeah, that's a nasty worm.
But you could see how like a song like that could probably like offend or raise eyebrows in like a story meeting, or like when they're showing it to like the producers and stuff. They'll be like, nah, let's not point any fingers here, guys. Let's not do that. Because like that's kind of like that's just like the problem of this movie. This movie was made to make like a shit ton of money, and they were trying to capitalize on the popularity of Dr. Seuss with this movie, and it's so ass.
It's kind of sad.
And yeah, so but also one thing about anything else that you want to say about the biggering before I keep going?
I want to. Okay, then the other song was like Thneedville, the demo.
Yeah.
It was basically the same thing as like Thneedville,
Mm-hmm.
but they changed the part where it was like, and including this brand new parking lot, and it was like, I forgot what it said. It was like something about a pizza chain that they were like willing to change like their monument to the Once-ler, which is like the creator of their town, founder of their town. There we go.
Founder.
They were like, we're gonna replace it with like a pizza chain or something. Basically saying they have no like, they don't care about tradition.
Exactly.
That sneeze really threw me off.
I mean, they could also cut that line just to make the song more succinct, more to the point. Because sometimes you do kind of like have to like when you're creating something, you do kind of like have to cut the fat, cut the parts that really don't add that much.
I did like what O'Hare said in the song though.
Which one? The
Thneedville.
Oh, okay. Oh, I thought you were gonna talk about like let it die,
let it die, let it shrivel up and
come on, who's with me?
Me.
Yeah, but continuing on the songs, I'm very surprised that they casted Taylor Swift to play the love interest in this movie, and they didn't give her any songs to sing, because it's like, come on, guys,
Uses 96 batteries.
Come on, guys. You're going to hire Taylor Swift and you're not going to give her a song, not even at the very end, like in the Let It Grow song, you're not going to give her at least a couple of lines? Come on, dudes.
Exactly.
Also, Zac Efron doesn't get like a song either, and he's also, an experienced singer.
Yeah.
But nowadays he's known more for acting than his actual singing, because I don't think he's done any music since he stopped playing, stopped being in those High School Musical
I swear
shows.
to God, that dude was in a band.
I think he might have recorded like some music like afterwards or during the time he was doing High School Musical. I'd have to look it up because I haven't really been following his career.
I don't even know who that is. I just know his name.
Zac Efron. Well, he's a famous actor. Well, now he mostly focuses on acting.
I swear to God, he was in a band.
Yeah.
Like, I vividly remember him being in a band.
But also, like, imagine, you cast like singers like Zac Efron and Taylor Swift, but you give Betty White more. You actually give Betty White singing lines to sing in the song.
You give Psy, the O'Hare air delivery guy, more lines than them. It's crazy.
Exactly. But also, yeah, like I said, like the songs are very generic. They're very bland. They don't have like a personality, except for How Bad Can I Be? But I feel like How Bad Can I Be was written more like it's meant more to be played like on Spotify or played on the radio. It's not really meant to like add that much to like the story, like the way like a song in a musical is supposed to do.
I absolutely love that song.
It's a catchy song, but it's not really meant, the purpose of that song is, I feel it's not really meant to be something that informs us of the character. It's more meant to be something that, it's a reason to buy the soundtrack of the movie. That's what I feel. The song is just a commercial for the soundtrack.
So aesthetic.
Yeah. Yep. One other thing about the actors. So one thing that I noticed about the casting of this movie is that a lot of the actors are like comedians. They hired a lot of comedians, specifically comedians who were on the show
SNL. Yeah,
Saturday Night Live. Like for example, Ted's mom, she's played by Jenny Slate, who was on the show back in 2009. O'Hare.
Weren't all like the voice actors like hosts?
Well, I was about to get to that too. But O'Hare was played by Rob Riggle. Rob Riggle was also on the show back in 2005.
Jesus, all these people are old.
And the Onceler's mom, she was played by an actress named Naseem Pedran. And Naseem Pedran was on the show back when I watched it from like, I think she was on from like 2008 till about 2013, 2012, around that time.
Jesus, you guys are old.
I think every single supporting member of the cast also was a host on Saturday Night Live. Danny DeVito, he's famously in the 5 Timers Club, which means like he hosted the show more than 5 times. Zac Efron, I do remember back in the day, he hosted an episode. Ed Helms, when he was like promoting the Hangover movies, he also hosted one Saturday.
Basically, all the important people in the movie
were hosts were either on SNL or hosted. Oh, but also Taylor Swift, she hosted an episode of Saturday Night Live, and her episode is considered one of the worst episodes ever to air because she did such a terrible job acting in those skits.
I don't even know what SNL is, so I can't say anything.
Yeah, but if you guys know what SNL is, trust me, one of like her episode, the episode she hosted was one of the worst episodes ever.
What did Taylor Swift do to you?
Nothing,
Jesus.
but her episode on SNL was so bad because she really couldn't keep up with like the comedians, and she didn't have like the acting chops to go toe to toe with the comedians.
Well, she's not an actor nor a comedian.
Yeah, but also SNL does have like this kind of tradition where they get like athletes or singers to host the show, and sometimes they actually come out pretty good because when I was watching Saturday Night Live, one of the main recurring hosts that would return every couple of years was Charles Barkley, and Charles Barkley was a former basketball player, and he actually did very good on SNL, and actually his episodes are some of the highest rated episodes in the show's history. And also Lady Gaga also hosted one episode.
I love Lady Gaga.
Yeah, and so this was during the time Lady Gaga was like at her most popular.
Like
And
at her peak.
Yeah, at her peak. And she hosted an episode and she actually did a pretty good job.
Lady Gaga always serves.
Yeah, and so, you know, there's times when they get like a host who isn't experienced in acting and they're able to work with them to actually produce a good episode. But just Taylor Swift, she just couldn't like keep up with the other cast members. I'm sorry. Anything else about this movie?
Movie reviews.
What about it?
Movie reviews. Funny movie reviews.
Okay.
One of my favorites is I'm gonna say it like last because it's like really long. But like one of my other favorites is I kind of want to settle down and live a suburban lifestyle with the Lorax.
What?
You heard me.
What is that about?
You heard me.
Okay, go on.
When life gets you down, pick yourself up by the ass and leave.
Oh,
So
you're talking
real.
about like reviews on like IMDb or like Letterboxd. Okay.
Yeah, not like actual like, oh, I like this movie because of this. Like
I like-
weird movie reviews, like funny ones.
I like the ass one. That one's pretty good.
You should only save the environment if the girl you like wants to save the environment.
Exactly.
Pretty real. Imagine being so whipped you single-handedly revive a whole ecosystem.
Fucking simp. Ted's a simp.
Exactly. If you hook a generator up to Dr. Seuss's coffin, you could power the whole continental United States with the amount he's rolling over in his grave.
Mm. True.
This movie could have been over a lot quicker if the Lorax just murdered the Onceler. He tried.
He
Didn't
did
really
try,
work.
but that fucking stupid ass bear.
Oh my god, stop dick riding the bears. Jesus. I'm so sad they didn't kiss at the end. They're talking about the Onceler and the Lorax.
Oh.
Okay, this is my favorite one so far. I hate the Onceler. I hate this skinny twink with no ass who looks like one of those Minecraft YouTubers who mysteriously started trending on Twitter one day after they showed some ankle, like they're a woman from the 1930s or some shit.
Yep. That'll do it.
I need an alternate universe where the Onceler never cuts down never sells a single need
Mm-hmm.
and just lives a domestic lifestyle, life in the cottage in the woods with his gay Lorax lover. And not a single tree was cut down.
God damn it. All right.
Theories too. Like, actually, never mind. No theories. They're boring and cringy.
Yeah.
Headcanons, so those are the funniest things ever, though.
Okay, tell me about the headcanons.
Those whipped people on the interwebs.
Okay, tell me.
The amount of NSFW
Oh shit.
headcanons about the Onceler is actually like physically concerning to me. Give
us an example.
Hold on. I saved all of them because I needed proof. Hold on.
Okay, but while you look for it, I'm gonna say something about this movie. I really fucking hated the animal sidekick characters in this movie.
Christ.
And I hated them because this movie's made by Illumination. So they basically turned the cute bears and the cute animal characters basically into the minions. You know, like the only thing that the animal characters do throughout the film is just like dance around in the background, do cute shit and all this crap. But I fucking hated the bears in this movie. The bears were the most stupidest characters in the movie. I think I hated the bears more than I hated the Onceler. There was this one scene in the movie where the Lorax tries to get rid of the Onceler by floating his bed down the river while the Onceler is sleeping in the bed, and this stupid baby bear gets on the bed with the Onceler, and now the Lorax has to save it, and the one chance that the bear has to get off the bed and the Lorax reaches out for the bear, the fucking stupid ass dumbass bear doesn't grab the Lorax's hand. At that point I was like, fine, let him flow down the river, let him drown, survival of the fittest, get him out of the gene pool. He is a fucking moron and an imbecile. Also, I hated the fact that the bears were dancing and singing around while the townspeople and the Onceler's family were singing about the needs. And it's like, oh my God, you stupid morons. They're going to destroy your home. Stop dancing and jumping around with them.
Jesus Christ.
But, that's that. I'll just say that.
Anywho, I found a headcanon that's not like too bad.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, Jesus Christ. You know what? You have fun. You can read it.
Okay. So here's a headcanon about the Onceler. Gets on his knees for you and likes it when you pull his hair. Has a praise kink. Don't
keep swiping. Don't. No.
You people need therapy.
They need therapy.
They do. You people need some serious therapy. Or you people need to get out more. Go out to bars. Go
touch
socialize.
some grass.
Yeah, go socialize.
One trend I did enjoy though is the how bad can I possibly be? One.
Mm-hmm.
They're like, how bad can you like
how bad
they were
can
basically
I be?
like,
I just want a poo shiesty.
when you're losing an argument,
mm-hmm.
But their autistic says bio in it.
What the fuck?
When you're losing an argument to someone, but you
their
see
bio says autistic. What?
How bad? When you're losing an argument to someone, but they have a rip in their bio.
Oh, I don't care. I'm a dick. I'm a bastard.
Hold on, I have
more. I don't care.
One thing I also did like is when Aunt Griselda
mm-hmm.
threw the Onceler. There's this one video of her throwing him into the Twin Towers.
Oh my God. What the hell? That's fucking offensive. You Gen Z's gone too far.
I don't know why.
I don't know why you Gen Z's are so obsessed with fucking 9/11. You people were barely affected by it as it is.
9/11 was bad.
You fuckers really hate us millennials. In Minecraft. Monster sock, monster clock. That is all I will say. Oh my God. My God. It's like, okay, I get like, I get it. I get, people watching a movie and, finding a character in it or an actor in it attractive. But seriously, you guys need to go and fucking touch grass, go socialize with people, make some friends, and stop being his face. Someone put me on a damn leash. Oh my God. Oh my God. You people need therapy.
Therapy.
Yes,
Shut up.
Any therapy.
Beaner. Oh, I mean, in Minecraft.
Yes, I am only that in Minecraft.
Yes.
All right. Anything else that you want to mention about the Lorax? The Lorax? The Larynx?
The Onceler is so fine.
Let me ask you this. How do you feel about the other Dr. Seuss movies?
The other Dr. Seuss movies? Give me all of them because I don't remember them in order. I'll rate them. So
I'll say them in order. So the very first one was from the year 2000. That was How the Grinch Stole Christmas, starring Jim Carrey.
The live action?
Yes.
I don't like it. Like, I like it. It was a good movie, I will say, but I absolutely despise it because my older sister would always make us watch it, and I have a deep hatred for that movie.
Wow. Okay. I remember actually seeing the How the Grinch Stole Christmas in theaters.
Me too.
You weren't alive back then, you dumb.
That's why I said it.
No, but I'm trying to be sincere here. I remember bugging my parents to go take me to see the movie, and they actually took me to go see it, and I had a good time.
That's crazy.
Yeah, I was like 5 years old when that one came out, and me, like, at that time, if anything had Jim Carrey in it, I was there. Like The Fucking Mask, that was my favorite movie of all time. So anything with Jim Carrey, I was there for. The second Dr. Seuss movie is the 2003 adaptation of The Cat in the Hat.
I also hate that movie because my sister would also make us watch that movie. It's a good movie, I will say. I do enjoy watching it sometimes because it's kind of fun. It's actually not a good movie, but like, it's like funny. it's so bad it's good.
Yes,
like that type of.
That's
like
what
that
it is. It's a so bad it's good movie.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
But like my sister would force us to watch that movie, and I have a deep hatred for that movie as well.
I always love that one scene where the Cat in the Hat is doing like an infomercial, and he's playing like a chef, and he chops off his own tail.
Son of a
exactly. And, yeah, and he says son of a, and then it cuts to like a hang in there, baby.
A cat.
Yeah, and then and I remember when I was a kid, I would always lose my shit whenever that one would come on.
Or the scene where he's like with like the hoe.
Oh, dirty hoe. But
he's like, I know, I'm just kidding. I love you, baby.
Yeah, but it's jokes like that made Audrey Geisel, like, Dr. Seuss's widow, not allow studios to make live action movies of his works anymore. Yeah. Also, one thing that I do remember about that movie, I didn't see it in the theaters. I saw it like on HBO, and like my whole family got together to watch it. And at the end of the movie, I remembered because I read the book. At the end of the movie, the cat leaves the two kids because they yell at him. And everyone was like, oh, pobrecito, because he's leaving all sad. And I was like, no, he's going to come back with the machine. And my uncle yelled at me, said, stop ruining the movie.
Tío Miguel, huh?
Yeah.
I knew it. Sounds like something he would do.
Yeah. And yeah, so that one was, so The Cat in the Hat was actually a popular one with my family. After that, it was Horton Hears a Who, also starring Jim Carrey as Horton. But that was the first animated one.
I would say I honestly enjoy Horton Hears a Who. It's so bad, it's good. Like it's like not bad. It's not bad, but it's not like, oh, I love that movie so much. But like, not my favorite, but it's good.
I barely remember anything about that movie.
I remember you bought it for me when we went to that one like DVD store. Because I'm poor. The one thing that I remember about the movie, well, two things. They did a very cringy anime parody in that movie, where like
because the movie is mostly in 3D animation, but for like one quick scene, it turns into like a 2D anime inspired parody.
I honestly don't remember that movie at all. I only remember that little emo kid blowing the horn. Yeah. And I'm surprised that he didn't become like popular like he did then.
But you know what's also weird, that both the Lorax and Horton Hears a Who have both the emo kid, I believe his name is Jojo, and the Onceler they were
exactly the same.
They're two characters that were meant to appeal to certain types of audience, people who were really into hipsters and people who were also really into like the emo subculture.
They both look like twinks.
Exactly.
And I love them.
Yeah, because I remember that I was like, when I saw the trailer for Horton Hears a Who back in the day, I was like, oh my God, they put an emo in this movie? My God. But what else?
Oh, you know who else looks exactly the same like them? That one boy that I think Margot had a crush on in Despicable Me. I don't remember which one.
Yeah,
they all
Despicable Me too.
They all look exactly the same.
I guess. But at least Despicable Me was not a Dr. Seuss one. And I don't know what it is. They put hipsters and emos in Dr. Seuss movies. Well, at least in the new Grinch one, they didn't put like any emos or hipsters in it. What did you think about the new Grinch movie, the animated one?
I remember we went to go see it with my tia.
Mm-hmm.
There was that one the one where the theater wasn't that packed, huh?
Yeah, it was super packed.
Oh, it was?
Yes.
Well, I thought it wasn't.
Your sisters had to sit on the floor to watch it.
Yeah. And then I put my feet on top of the thing because I don't like them.
Yeah.
But yeah. I like it. It was pretty good. Pretty good.
I don't know. I found that one kind of boring for like a lot of the movie.
It was boring, but it was like, but I like the animation style.
Animation was nice. One thing I will say about Illumination movies is that they are very colorful and very eye-pleasing. I kind of like, I don't know how I feel about this, but I did kind of like the Tyler the Creator song in that one.
There was a Tyler the Creator song?
He did like a new version of the Grinch song. You know, you're a mean one.
That was him?
You really are a heel. That's him, yes.
How did I
You're
not
a
know
fake
that?
fan. Don't even talk to me.
I never claimed to be a fan of Tyler the Creator. I just sometimes listen to his music.
And then after that, that's like the last one that's been released so far. Illumination is working on a Cat in the Hat remake right now. And actually, did you know that in Despicable Me 2, or was it 3? No, I think it was 3. In Despicable Me 3, Margot, one of the girls in the Despicable Me
They're
movies.
wearing a Lorax shirt.
What?
Right?
Oh yeah, she was wearing a Lorax shirt in Despicable Me 2.
Yeah.
And then in Despicable Me 3, she was wearing a Grinch shirt.
Oh.
So they were teasing. So they teased both movies before they came out. And so from what I understand, Illumination is working on a Cat in the Hat movie. They haven't said who's going to be playing the Cat in the Hat, but hopefully, well, here's the thing. You can do a lot better than that 2003 movie. Hopefully they come up with a pretty good story, and hopefully they get a funny actor.
Oh, one thing
to
I
play
forgot to mention.
The cat.
I hated the kids in the Cat in the Hat movie.
Yeah,
they were
very
annoying. They were annoying. I hated the boy especially.
Yeah.
The girl, she was just kind of like.
She was just kind of there.
Yeah, she wasn't really like.
But the boy was very annoying.
And what's his name?
Conrad. Well, in the movie he's called Conrad.
Conrad was a little whore, and I hope he dies.
Oh, you know what we forgot to mention about the Cat in the Hat?
What?
Alec Baldwin is in that movie. He plays the villain.
Alicia O'Hare. Why did I say? Wait, what?
No, well, Alec Baldwin, he plays the villain in the Cat in the Hat.
The
and
guy,
the boyfriend of the mom.
Yeah.
and yeah, he plays the villain, and you know, and with recent events, I think Alec Baldwin did a very good job playing a scumbag.
Something I forgot to mention about the Lorax. If there was like a live action version, who would you cast?
The Lorax?
Yeah.
Oh.
Like people you think would play that would be like really good fits for like the characters, like look wise.
Ted, I would cast Finn Wolfhard.
So real, but yet so not real.
Ah, boo.
Tom Holland for Ted.
I don't know. I'm kind of sick of Tom Holland, don't you think? He's kind of in everything.
He is. But like, you know who else is in everything? James Corden. I also hate James Corden.
Yeah, me too.
I saw an ad of his today and I cried.
For the Onceler, I would cast Zach Braff.
Who was my cast for him? Oh, the guy who played Roderick Heffley.
Oh, from the Diary of a Wimpy Kid.
Yeah,
he's old enough.
Fine.
Yeah.
That dude is fine.
No, but I would cast Zach Braff because that's the one actor that I just kept being reminded watching the Onceler. He is Zach Braff in cartoon form.
Okay, and who should
Maya Hawke for Audrey?
Audrey.
Maya Hawke.
Taylor Swift. Actually, no.
Well, if okay.
Look wise, maybe.
I think Taylor Swift is too mature to play a 16-year-old or a 15-year-old.
She was 15, yeah. I don't know who I would say to cast for Audrey.
For Ted's mom, I want Julia Louis-Dreyfus from Seinfeld.
Yeah, that's the one I was talking about earlier.
For Granny Norma,
Betty White.
R.I.P. We're gonna revive her. We're gonna Frankenstein her.
Yeah,
we're gonna dig up
this movie.
We're gonna dig up her grave. We're gonna put her on a slab, connect some electrodes, hit the switch, and then we're gonna be like, "It's alive! It's alive!"
In Minecraft.
In Minecraft. No, but really, who would be Granny Norma?
If you've ever watched,
Young Sheldon. Let's just get Young Sheldon's grandma.
Yeah, either her or. If you've ever watched The Big Bang Theory,
the Big Bang Theory?
Shut the hell up. If you've ever watched The Big Bang Theory, Meemaw in that show would also be a pretty good fit.
So both Meemaws would be a good fit?
Yes, both Meemaws.
The villain.
Alicia O'Hare. Your sister.
What the fuck?
What?
Who would be a fun choice? I don't know. I'm kind of blanking on him. I'm thinking.
Edna Mode. Someone said that
they look
that
like
they're
each other.
siblings.
Oh,
and like the movie
siblings?
reviews, they were like they're siblings and no one can convince me otherwise.
Oh, you know who'd be a good O'Hare? Randall Park.
Oh, I remember who my thing was for them.
Who?
For Alicia O'Hare. The other Roderick Heffley, the one with straight hair.
Oh, that guy.
Yeah, that would be extremely. That would
So
be
it'll be like
amazing.
the two Rodericks.
Yeah.
No, but my choice would be Randall Park. If any of you guys ever seen the show Off the Boat or Fresh Off the Boat, he played the dad in that.
Oh, the show with the Chinese kids.
Yeah.
Oh,
Randall Park.
I love that show.
Get Randall Park to play him. He'd do a good job.
He was funny.
Oh, I was gonna say what other character was there?
The Lorax.
Oh, just get Danny DeVito. Just get him back. Paint him orange. Put a mustache on him. Danny DeVito. Just get him.
Pretty real.
Who else? Is there any other characters?
Psy, the air delivery guy.
Who gives a shit about him?
We already did Granny Norma. We already did the mom. We already did Onceler. What about the old Onceler?
Oh yeah. Just get Ed Helms back. Just get him back.
Yeah.
Just get him. He's up there. He's getting up there. Just get Ed Helms back.
Is he skinny? Is he a skinny twink with no ass?
He's skinny. I don't know. I've never seen his ass. I don't know. But he's skinny.
I gotta search up a picture for that man's ass.
But yeah, just get Ed Helms back to play the old Onceler.
Put him in a green suit.
Exactly. Or if they have to make him older, just put some makeup on him.
Exactly. It's not that hard. Makeup.
The live action Lorax. Oh my god.
Okay. What else was I gonna say? So
Meemaw is the grandma.
Meemaw.
Get both Meemaws.
Both Meemaws. Cause like the Meemaw and Young Sheldon,
yeah,
she's skinny. Granny Norma isn't very skinny. Mm-hmm. But like the grandma in the Big Bang Theory is like
more rotund.
Yeah.
Okay, I get it, but I'd still love to see
Meemaw.
Young Sheldon Meemaw.
Me too.
Meemaw and Young Sheldon is the only good character.
Oh, the mom, the aunt, and the like Aunt Griselda and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
The mom, either the girl who played the actor who played Mary Cooper on Young Sheldon.
I was about to say that.
Or JoJo Siwa.
That's my choice. Young Sheldon's mom.
Yeah. Okay. The uncle. Roderick Heffley. I don't know. Timothy Chalamet.
Ew.
I don't even know what Timothy Chalamet looks like.
He's a twink. He literally looks like a twink.
He should play Ted Ben.
For the evil aunt, just get Melissa McCarthy.
Get someone who doesn't look like that's a woman.
Oh yeah, that one joke, the transphobic joke. That's a woman? Yeah, that didn't age well.
Average day in 2023.
Dude, what the fuck?
Haven't you seen that video?
No.
That also reminds me of like a meme of like Family Guy. You know the one where they're showing him like the post. They're showing Stewie the poster, right?
Mm-hmm. Oh,
they put the LGBTQ flag on there.
Yeah.
And they're like a normal person, straight, trying to live in 2023.
Yeah. Anything else about the Lorax, the larynx?
Live, laugh, love the Onceler.
Yeah. But I do want to mention one last thing about the other Dr. Seuss movies. I mentioned briefly that the Can That had pretty much killed any live action adaptations for the Dr. Seuss movies because Audrey Geisel was so offended by how that movie came out.
But like, who wouldn't be? That movie was like...
It was trash. But I'm so surprised that she really loved the Lorax and she continues to let Illumination make movies about her late husband's books.
Honestly, next Dr. Seuss movie should be One Fish, Two Fish, Red Fish, Blue Fish. I would love to see that.
I would be interested in seeing a movie based on the Sneetches.
I would want to see like and like on a genuine note, I would want to see like maybe wait, they've already done like a show on Green Eggs and Ham, but like maybe like a movie. Like that would be pretty interesting.
Oh yeah, the Green Eggs and Ham show. I completely forgot
I watched
about
that whole show when it first came out.
Yeah, but definitely the Sneetches would be one that would be very interesting.
Or like not the Fox in the Song. I don't know what other books there would be like. Good movies. No wonder.
But let me just talk about the Sneetches. Do you know what the Sneetches? You know what the message in that book is?
No.
It's an allegory on racism.
Racism.
Yeah, on racism. Because in the book, the Sneetches in the story, there's two sets of Sneetches. There's the star belly Sneetches who have a star on their bellies.
I remember that book. Yeah. I know what you're talking about now.
And then there's Sneetches who don't have stars. And it's all like an allegory about race and race equality and all that. And it would be really interesting to see how fucking Illumination will fuck that shit up.
So real.
Oh, also, have you seen a lot of the Dr. Seuss like TV specials?
No.
Well, you've seen the Lorax TV special, correct? Have you seen the Grinch one, the original one from the 60s?
I watched that in 5th period last year.
Yeah, that one was a classic for me when I was a kid. I would look forward every year to watching that TV special on Cartoon Network. That was like a yearly tradition for me. That's why I really wanted to see the How the Grinch Stole Christmas movie back when it came out, like way back when.
Maybe because like half of these were already like either they were like there's only how many 1, 2, 3, 4 of them that haven't been made in movies yet or like in a show, which is The Places We'll Go. Fox in Socks, One Fish, Two Fish, Red Fish, Blue Fish, and the Sneetches. The Places You'll Go. That's a very popular book. That was my favorite book in like 3rd grade.
Yeah, because that's a book that's given. It's a very popular book to be given as a gift for like graduation and stuff.
Honestly, I want the Lorax books. If you want to get me something for my birthday, get me one of the books.
All right. Also, one Dr. Seuss book that would be interesting to adapt is Yertle the Turtle. You know what the message in that one is about?
No.
It's an allegory about a certain Austrian painter.
Apples on top.
Do you know
I want that as a movie.
Do you know who I'm talking about? A certain Austrian painter?
No.
Who would put people in pay attention camps?
Dr. Phil?
No. Yertle the Turtle is an allegory against Hitler.
Oh. Sound like Dr. Phil, not gonna lie.
It's an allegory against Kanye's favorite person.
In Minecraft, though.
Yeah, in Minecraft.
I want to see. Another movie I would like to see is The Foot Book.
What the fuck? Fucking Quentin Tarantino. That was probably Quentin Tarantino's favorite book.
My favorite book was probably, I would say, The Lorax.
The Larynx?
The Lorax. I remember reading that every single time we would go to the library in elementary school. I would get that book from like 3rd grade and up.
And then you were pissed because it was nothing like the movie?
No.
Like,
I like the movie. I like the 1972 version. I like the book. I like all of them.
You were probably like, why does the Onceler not have a face, and why doesn't he look like a twink? Before the first time I ever watched the Lorax was in like the farthest I can remember is in 2nd grade. Like I don't remember when I was in 2nd grade, but like it was on Halloween or like the day before Halloween. I can't remember. It was someplace in Halloween, near Halloween, October. I mean, the Sneetches. Yeah, it sounds like never mind. Actually, my 3rd grade teacher
read the Turtle.
Yeah, that's an allegory against Mr. Adolf. But I do remember back in 3rd grade, there was an incident in my school where like some kids said something to each other or they caused like some kind of commotion. And my 3rd grade teacher sat us down and she read the Sneetches to us. And it was her way of teaching us how, just like, how ridiculous, going insulting each other over, a person's appearance or a person's like race is so counterintuitive and non-productive. And, the Sneetches is a good book. I think every young child should read the Sneetches. Yeah.
I don't know about like the people watching this. I don't know even if you had this when you were in elementary school, But when I was in elementary school, you know how like they have like spirit weeks, right?
Yeah.
We had Dr. Seuss week.
Ah.
So we would read or watch like the movie
Mm-hmm.
or like the book, like any Dr. Seuss book. One of the ones I remember the most the one I remember we read was The Sneetches.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't remember the turtle one. I don't remember it.
That one doesn't really get brought up as much. But I was surprised to learn that it was an allegory against like people like Adolf Hitler.
Yeah. But like I don't even remember watching the Lorax. But like one thing I genuinely remember of that about the week is they would make us eat green eggs and ham.
Oh, like real green eggs and ham?
Like they would dye the eggs
Ew.
green and they would give you a slab of ham.
Oh my God. Hopefully there was no like Muslim kids there.
Jesus Christ. I don't think there was.
Let's see. But Dr. Seuss was pretty woke for his time.
Yeah.
Because, you know, he was like, he grew up, well, he was writing books like in the 50s and the 60s, and, you know, those weren't very progressive times. And he was also in World War II. But it's very fascinating that for his time, he was very progressive. And, you know, he dedicated a lot of his books to teaching kids like important, like moral and social issues. But anyways, is that all that you have to say about the Lorax?
Mr. Brown can moo. Can you?
Oh, I remember that one.
Me too.
All right. So if that's all that we have to say about the Lorax, thank you for joining us for our review and discussion of the Lorax 2012. If you guys enjoy the movie or dislike the movie, tell us in the comments. And also tell us in the comments if you want us to talk about any other Dr. Seuss adaptations. I would really love to take.
No. Please don't.
I would really like to take a crack at the 2003 Cat in the Hat movie.
Jesus Christ, me too. I hate it.
But anyways, thank you for joining us, and we'll see you in the next one.
Toodles.